Okay, 6 hours later. I've seen quite a few posts out there, people talking about ignition systems on a 3-liter mercruiser motor. Couldn't get it to run, couldn't find a problem, chasing things all over the place, which I've been doing. This is my 1988, it's my homemade tarp holder. 1988 Rinker, nice shape, nice boat, fast. All right, there was the culprit, but evasive. I know people will say it'd never happen, you can't have an intermittent coil issue. I had an intermittent coil issue. It ohmed it out, electrical tests from positive to negative, coil wire in to a ground, points contacted, key ignition switch on. I was getting about 5.6 volts over here, nothing here to the ground, here to ground, and there to ground. And I was getting spark. I'd hold it up here, take a screwdriver with the distributor cap off, reach down, open your points with that coil wire attached to a ground, or just hold it about 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch away. Open the points, you should get a spark. Fire it up, run fine, throttle up a couple times, die. Then it ran almost an entire day. I thought it was a key switch, loose wires. I took every electrical connector off here and cleaned them, and just been banging my head. And I started reading, actually, instead of watching videos, last night. Probably spent about 2 hours going over how the system actually really works. Your resistor wires is quite a bit involved. You got a resistor wire that goes from here down to your solenoid on your starter is involved in the starting. But let's come down to just the nitty-gritty here. If your key is on and your points are closed, this distributor cap doesn't have to be on to be testing this. Okay, actually you can look down and you want to make sure your points are closed, so you want this off. Turn the key on, check your voltage from here to a good ground. I was using this, whatever you got, just a good clean surface. You should have 5 volts, 4 volts. It depends on your system, what kind of draw you got. You're going to have lower than 12 volts. If the points are opened, you should have 12 volts here. Oh, okay, let's back up. You should have no voltage here, okay, at that point right now. The key on, points closed. If you have 12 volts here and the points are closed and you're touching ground over here, she's bad. You shouldn't have 12 volts, okay? When you turn the key to start it, that's what the resistor wire comes into play. It bypasses everything that's pulling juice out of this right now. You got a grounded circuit right here. This is just the way a coil works is when you open the points, it releases the power that this has got stored through a quick arc. That's where you get your spark. Every time the points are closed, they open back up. That when they close, it makes a ground and it lets this thing charge up. And then basically it's releasing the energy. I'm rambling here a little bit, but that's just a really quick once over on troubleshooting, just your voltage. Okay, if you got 12 volts here, your points are closed, you're going to ground, it's bad. This guy right here, it worked, and then it wouldn't. Then it worked, and I ohmed it out. It was perfect. 2.6 ohms across the from pin to pin. We got about 2.6. That's 2.6. I tested. I bought this because I had it in the glove box because I thought it might be the problem. And lo and behold, I kind of just carried it around for a spare. And that was it. Intermittent. There was a break inside this somewhere that was fusing itself back together somehow or another. It worked and then it didn't. And I finally found this thing in the state that I needed. And but she's running like a top. This is the coil wire off so you can see it a little bit better, but coil to distributor, that's just not on there. All right, I hope I help somebody out. I'm kind of doing this for myself too so I can look back. Have a great one.